Hi, I'm Mark Donovan, Director of Commercial Applications for Audio-Technica, here today to talk in a little bit more detail about System 20 Pro, specifically about pairing and how you're going to deal with pairing in both the standard mode and the high density mode. Now, we've got other videos on the YouTube channel here, an overview of System 20 and even some detail about just what kind of DSP is built into the receiver. But right now I wanted to talk about one of the more practical challenges of when you're actually deploying a system. So now, the rack mount unit for System 20 Pro is actually capable of either doing 2 channels in the standard density mode or 4 channels in the high density mode. Now, they ship in a 2-channel mode. All of the models that you would order would ship. So if I'm ordering a 4-channel system, I'm going to order a 2-channel system, let's just say a handheld and a belt pack. It's going to ship in the standard density mode like that. And then I would order the remaining 2 transmitters separately. Now, when you get them, it's going to be in the standard or 2-channel mode. So I'm going to talk a little bit about pairing. I'm going to talk a little bit about that standard mode and the high density mode. Now, through the front panel, you can do any of these things. You can change the modes, you can do the pairing, but through a front panel and a little dial, that can be a little bit more cumbersome. And what I'm going to show you today is actually how to do it through the software. Now, the software, which is a very powerful software package that applies to all of our wireless microphones, is available for free download on the Audio-Technica site. So I would absolutely encourage using that. So I'm going to switch over actually now to that software. So this is your blank canvas. This is your wireless manager software. So when you first connect it, it's going to look a little bit like this. And if I open up this window here, this is the unsynced devices window, which is it's seeing all of the devices that are on the same network as the software. And you can see down at the bottom, I've got this ATWR1440, which is the System 20 Pro wireless receiver. So I'm only going to do it. There's other stuff on there that I have connected in this network, but that's the only one that we're going to worry about. And you can see that you have your different modes. Now, right now you can see it says 1, 2, 3, 4. It's actually showing 4 channels. Now that tells me it's in the high density mode. Now if I went over here and I changed that, and I change that over to the standard mode, see how it's on HD. If I change that to standard, now it says if I change the RF mode, you're going to lose the pairing. It's a key thing to remember. So now I go over to the standard mode, and here we go. You can see that there's only 2 highlighted. That's how you can tell you're in the standard mode. So going back to that scenario, you've bought 4 channels of wireless. You've bought the package that has 2 microphones, and you've bought 2 additional ones. Well, this is the mode, what you see on the screen right now. This is how it's going to come. It's only going to show 2 channels, and it won't allow you to pair those additional 2. So this is what the process you're going to have to go through to pair that, to make your 4-channel system operational. You're going to have to go in just like I just saw. You're going to change your RF mode from standard to high density mode, and you're going to apply. Now, when you change that RF mode, the pairing that they came in the box is going to be lost. So now when I've switched this, I'm actually, none of those microphones you have are paired now. But fortunately, pairing these is actually a very easy process. So if I go over here to the system and in the channel tab, you actually see each of your 4 channels, and you actually see the green pair button. And it's pretty simple. So if I just hit that pair button, it's going to say, first of all, identify it. You get 2 characters, alphanumeric, that you can call the mic. So you can call it whatever you want it to. We can just say it's M1. For microphone 1. You can call it whatever you want. You say OK. Now you have to press and hold the power button for 5 seconds. So as I press this for 5 seconds, it's going to then go into the pairing mode. You can see it where it just flashes back and forth in green and red like that. And then once it's done its successful pairing, it's going to lock in, and it's going to say, OK, we're done. And there it is. And you can see it's in the muted mode here. You can see on the screen, it actually says pairing complete. And you can see it's identified it. It's a handheld, and it's M1. It's microphone number 1. And then you just go through that same process with each of the other microphones. With the belt pack, the power button is on the side. So what you're doing is you're saying, I'm going to go ahead and pair this. and I'm going to call it Y. Let's keep consistency going here. We'll call it M2. And now it says press and hold that button. So I'm pressing and holding it. You can see that it comes on. You can see that it's flashing that red and green back and forth on the top as it's going into the pairing mode. And it's basically communicating back and forth, and there it's done. It's paired, pairing complete with the second microphone. And then you would just continue on. Now, with the boundary and the desktop, their controls are on the bottom of it. So you have to go to the bottom of this. And again, we're going to go ahead and pair M3, call it, and press and hold. And now it's gone into the pairing mode. You can see it's sitting here thinking about it as it goes into the pairing. Now it's done, pairing complete. And you can see that it's M3. And then finally, just so I can be consistent about all this, I'm going to go ahead and do the fourth one as well. So M4. Okay. Press and hold. Power comes on, you see the name, then it comes up and it says pairing, and you can let go as soon as it says pairing. And then it's going to sit here and communicate with it for a second, and then it's done. You can see this says M4, so it's ready to go. And now that's how all four of them are paired. So that's how you go through pairing a system. That's how you deal with it. Like I said, if you're buying just a 2-channel system and you buy a dual handheld or do belt pack or whatever, they're going to come out of the box like that. They're going to come paired. You won't even have to do any of this. It will automatically work. But if you're going from a 2-channel mode to a 4-channel, then you're going to need to go through this pairing process, and you can see just how easy that is to do through the software. It is something you can do through the front panel, and it's clearly laid out in the user's manual, but it is much easier to do it via computer. So that's pairing for System 20 Pro. I hope maybe that clears some things up for you guys. Thank you very much.